Welcome back to another week of Star Wars Rival Run training. It is March 3rd.
3, 2, 1, go!
Monday was an off day. Yesterday I had some things to take care of, so no run, but I did do a Peloton workout to sort of make up for that. Today was an interval run day, 5 minutes running, 1 minute recovery walk, whatever. And then I think tomorrow is technically another off day, then Friday and the weekend. I'm not sure what's on the schedule actually. I'll have to look. But overall, beautiful day really. 40 degrees. I'm not wearing gloves or my gaiter today, which means it's quite nice out. So yeah, we'll check in with you on the next one. Well, welcome back. Good morning. It is March 7th, Sunday, and I am out for a long run. This is only my second run of the week, which isn't great, but did do a Peloton workout, and life just gets in the way sometimes. So, whatever. But I also have some news to share in a bit about new running shoes. So if you follow me on Instagram, you may have seen I posted a pair of running shoes, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my running store and getting fitted experience with all that. I am 2 miles in now. It's a rather lovely day. Probably about close to 40 degrees. Sun is shining, which is always good. And I don't know, we'll see how long. It's supposed to be an hour and 45-minute long run, but we'll see if I get there. I'm thinking maybe more like 120, but who knows. Anyways, so I went to the running store, a new to me running store. I've never been fitted for shoes before. I started out in runDisney New Balance shoes back when I really started running, and they always just worked for me. And now then I just transitioned into a pair of New Balances, the New Balance Vongo, and those just were really great. I currently am wearing the version 4 of those, but now they're discontinuing them after this version. So these have over 200 miles on them already, and I run a marathon in them. So it was time to start looking at new shoes. And I was really open to anything when it came to brands and styles and whatnot. So I went to a semi-localish. It's probably about 15-20 minutes away. And it's called Performance Running Outfitters. They have a few stores throughout the southeastern Wisconsin area, and I chose them and went there and met John at the running store and tried on probably about 5 or 6 different shoes. They even had some Vongo V4s left, but I decided it was best to just switch now versus prolonging the switch. Just over a 5K in, and so back to the shoe fitting experience. Now he basically, I think he assumed I had gone through this before, but he had me do a few different things, like bending and walking and around and stuff. I didn't actually run on a treadmill or anything. I know some people do that. He did say it could, but I also was wearing jeans, so not the most easy thing to run in. But he noticed some things, and knowing that I wore the Vongo and those worked for me, he brought some other styles and brands out that mimic that or match that in various ways. So the first one I tried on was the Brooks Crescent. So they are very similar. They are, in structure wise to the Vongo, but they're more firm. And I kept those in the running until the very end, and I just decided that I wanted a little bit more cushion than what they were giving me. And but the Transcend, I think in the future, if I need to, that's a style I could go back to. And then the next one was a Hoka Clifton. It had a lot more cushion than the Transcend, and certainly something that I also considered till the very end, but not the shoe I went with. He then brought out a brand called ONN, which I had heard of but wasn't really familiar with. They look quite different compared to your normal running shoe, just in appearance wise. They were fine, a little bit more close to the ground, not as much height to the shoe, I guess you could say, but ultimately not one that I wanted to go with. So those went out the window pretty early on. And then he brought out one more pair of Hokas called the Arahi, which actually were kind of between what the Clifton gave me and the Transcend. And the Arahi, I kept the three for quite a while and went back and forth and just tried different. He also gave me another pair of Brooks. They were Hokas actually, that were really big, and those I didn't like at all. I don't even remember which ones those were, but those weren't going to work for me. And then I went back to the Arahi, and I was between that and the Transcend basically till I wore both, one on each foot, walked around, did a few things in them just to see different, how I felt. And I went with the Arahi due to the little more give to them than the Transcend gave me. So I just over 5 miles in, and going well. But to wrap up my shoe fitting experience, so I ended up with the Arahi 5 from Hoka. It's a pretty new shoe, the 5. They didn't have any 4s left at the store. I'm sure I could have found 4s online if I really wanted to, but the 5s worked. He did say that there hasn't been much change between the Arahi since the original, and he thinks that they'll be around for quite a while, so I don't have to worry about switching shoes again. But at least I have tried on some other styles and brands that if I do need to switch, I have an idea of where to go. So it was a fun experience, different, but I definitely go back there. The staff was great. Like I said, John, who I worked with, was great, I did, they let me know that they're supposed to be starting group runs up in April, their first time since the pandemic and everything. Said Saturdays they do pancake runs, so yeah, they run and then have pancakes afterwards. And then they do some runs in conjunction with breweries and stuff, so definitely something to look at in the future. So yeah, if you're in the Wisconsin or southeastern Wisconsin area and want to find a good running store, Performance Running Outfitters is a good place to go. I would definitely go back. Well, I am done for the day. Just over 8 miles, about an hour and 23 minutes, so what I kind of intended to do. So nothing too crazy. That is another week of Star Wars virtual training. Sometime this month I have to run my virtual Death Star half, which is weird because all the races are virtual, but this part is for the Kessel Challenge, and that one is always virtual. So now it's like virtual. I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, another week done, and we'll see you next week. Oh, and before I forget, as always, like, comment, subscribe. Check out CrescentLakeClub.com. Find me on Instagram and on Twitter and Facebook and all those great places.